Good now? Are we good now? Whatever. As you can see, I'm live right now. What I'm going to be doing is just talking to the camera for a little bit. I wanted to set the record straight on some things that have not been going as planned as of late. One of those things being I have been going live as consistently as I would like to. And what I'm probably planning on doing is going live later today. This is kind of like I'm up here kind of just doing this so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I've talked about this before, and I kind of want to make this stream be the stream that kind of sets the marking point to change how it's going to be in the future. I'm not saying I'm not going to do face cam streams. I'm not saying I'm not going to be on here show my face anymore. It's more of a thing of me just kind of trying to get to a point where everything kind of flows with me going live, like not put up the green screen, not turning on the lights, not turning on the camera, and then just streaming whatever I have to stream. And there'll be times where, let's say, for example, I think the retro thing is turned on and I think I have my NES on. Whenever my SNES, give me 1 second here. Whenever I go through and I pick a game, for example, if I can even pick a game in the first place, I don't think I'm on the right output. I might have to go through and go like do some more research on finding like a correct piece of hardware to like do all this stuff manually or automatically, so I have to do it myself. But if I go through and let's pull up a game here. Fine, yeah. If I go here, for example, right, like you can see the actual screen like how I normally would look. This is how it would look if I was going live with this game. I think I'm on the right thing. I think. There we go. Yeah. So I'd be going live like this. It'll be looking like this, for example. What I would rather have go on is me go on the screen, not the screen, but like just, if I can get my mouse back over here. And let's say I want my chat. If I can find it. Wait, hold on, time out. Everybody stop. There it is. I'm like, where the heck is it? Okay, so for this, like it'd be no problem for me to just kind of scale this up and then it fits and it matches, no problem. But what I'd rather have happen is I'd much rather have this be up and then my camera just be out of the way. So let's say if I turn the camera off, right? I'd rather the camera look like this, right? So that way, whenever I'm actually streaming, it's just the actual just the game and the gameplay and me playing or whatever. So I much prefer that instead of me having to sit here, turn the camera on, turn the lights on, all that other stuff. And I just don't want to do that anymore, right? At least not for the current time being. Maybe on certain games or whatever, maybe on certain times, but in terms of me actually trying to get through a backlog like I said I wanted to do consistently, this is how it's going to look going forward. Just because it makes it easier for it to, go live, do all this stuff, and go from there. So with that being said, that's kind of going to be the goal going forward. As I mentioned a moment ago, this is going to be the stream to kind of set that so that way I can actually go live without having to worry about reiterating this point over and over and over again. It'll just be me going live, playing the game at whatever time, and then just doing that. So the plan was not to stay live long. It was just to really kind of set this point so that way this is acting as a marker, as I mentioned literally a couple seconds ago. So that way I can go live without my camera like this and then just do what I'm doing, right? Play the game, do whatever, being called, chat, whatever. No big deal. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here because that was the whole point of me going live just now, so I could do that. So I'm going to fade. No, I'm not going to fade to black. I'm just going to cut to the colors. I'll be talking sometimes and out of nowhere, randomly colors pop up on your screen. You may not know why, but I know why. And you may just see that randomly. I think there's one more thing I want to talk about before I actually do that. Something about, you know, I don't know. Like, it was something about. Oh yeah, it was about that giveaway. I was supposed to be doing a giveaway of some kind. Something about giving away like a Switch 2 or like a something like that. Maybe sometime in the future, maybe like even tomorrow. I don't